All right, everyone, welcome to our webinar about premium analytics today. This is a very exciting webinar brought to us by James from RBI team. We will be getting into paid features of our analytics suite. So if you are curious and want to reach out for more information or to get started or to build out some custom packaging to see what would work best for your team, please feel free to reach out to us. And with that, James, are you ready?
I am.
All right, all yours.
Welcome, everyone. My name is James. I'm the business intelligence architect here at MJ Freeway. Last week, we did a demonstration of embedded analytics, which is inside of platform. So today, we're going to be reviewing premium analytics. As Andrea mentioned, this is a paid-on additional feature that we provide. And just to kind of start off with, what is premium analytics? What features are available? Well, with Premium Analytics, first you get your own Domo instance. Similar to what we're looking at, you have your own URL with your company name or whatever you want it to be, your own self-managed Domo environment where we pipe in all your reports and data sets into a single location. When you have your own Domo instance, you have the ability to customize and build your own reporting, not just the canned reports that we've provided for you. But you also have features like scheduled reports. So if you're doing weekly or bi-weekly or monthly reports, well, you can now schedule these reports, build it to your liking, schedule it, and then have it emailed with attachments or a link to your dashboard to a group of people in your organization. You can also set up alerting. If sales go above X amount, email me, or inventory goes below this, email me. You can set alerts with your data. You also have the ability to manage your own users. We have admin permissions that we can give to certain people to create users, change their permissions, add them in groups. And then lastly, when you build these custom things, now you can share it with, particular people in your organization. And the final feature with Premium Analytics, if you're a multi-org site, meaning you have multiple different sites of MJ platform that you log into because you have many facilities, well, all your data could be aggregated into one location. So you have one single report with all of your organization's data in a single spot. So first, just gonna kind of walk you through the look and feel of our Premium Analytics. So like when you first log in and you have your premium site, you'll log in, you get to your homepage. This is kind of the look and feel of the landing page, but as you can notice on this left-hand pane, you have all your reports or dashboards that are available to you, organized in folders. So right here, if you open up this, your MJP client reporting, these are all the reports that you have available in Embed Analytics or your core reporting inside a platform. They're all listed here. It goes through all the verticals, all three verticals: cultivation, E&I, and retail, going through supply chain, your coupons, your sales, plants, production runs, all that stuff. So all the same reports that you have available, but now are right in your own environment. In addition, we have the exports where these are just all the same ones that have report in them. They're your tabular view of that same content, whereas the other ones are more dashboard views of your reporting. Finally, you have this is additional with Premium Analytics as well, is all your premium reports. So these are not standard reports that are in your embedded analytics. This includes things like your inventory snapshot, so that you can see a point in time of what your inventory was in the past, user roles and permissions. This is a good one for SOX reporting and looking at all the users in platform. Coupons, we have inventory sales velocity, really analyzing what are your products that are coming off the shelf the fastest and what are your most popular products. And then finally, a reorder report. This is now putting in some metrics to see how much product I need to order and I'm going to run out of in the next few days. So we'll look at like first a standard report that we looked at last week, which was order sales, just to get the look and feel. As you load the report, you'll see it's the exact same as what is in your embed. Similar things where you have your filters up top, the standard ones that we have saved up here, but then of course you can add any additional filters for any fields that are in the data set itself. You also, same functionality as, you can click and drag to quickly filter your dashboard. So, with the click and drag, I filter the time frame. I can click, let's say, an age range, and we'll click on a gender male. So with 3 clicks, your whole dashboard is now updated to look at between that date range, patient ages 30 to 40, and males, all your sales. And the same format of some dashboard visuals across the top. And then at the bottom, you have your tabular views of all your sales, all the data from your sales at the order level, and then product level, get your inventory that went with all these sales. One thing, so this is that view for just a report that would be familiar. With the short amount of time, I'm going to focus on just some of the premium reports that maybe some of you haven't seen if you don't have premium analytics. So I'll start with like the inventory snapshot. Inventory snapshot, the value and what people like this for is if they were doing an audit or they need to see what their inventory levels were at a certain period in the past. Currently, your inventory report will just show what you have right now. But with this report, now you have a rolling 30 days available to you to select from. So if I want to see what my inventory was on 5/4, because we had an audit for whatever reason, you can select that. And then immediately all your inventory is now just showing what you had at that time on that date and all the quantities and all the same information that was in your inventory report, but now what it was back on 5/4. So you have a rolling 30-day option, but then you also have a end or beginning of month snapshot as well. So we go 13 months back. You can go to any month and get the very last closing of the month or beginning of the month inventory. So I can go back to April 30th of 2023 and see what my inventory levels were. And you have, with just a quick click, you have that. And now you can, if you were going through an audit or anything like that, you can export this and validate what you had at that time. So that's a really good one. Your user roles and permissions. Like I said, this is kind of, if you're really wanting to get into the nitty gritty of what your users and platform, what permissions they have, what they have access to, what they have grants to, what locations they have access to do things. This is what that report is for. A lot of our clients that will use this, are in SOX. So this is a great resource if you're trying to be SOX compliant. Another favorite we'll touch on is your sales velocity last 4 weeks. This report is a report that will look at your last 28 days of sales. So we get a constant 4 weeks of data that's rolling every single day. And it gives you the ability to see what is the products flying off my shelf. So in this test data, we could say, this product is, it sells at 11.57 units per day on average, or you can filter this by a category and look at a specific category to see what of a particular category is rolling off the shelf the quickest and see what is your best selling products. Down below, you have your table views, which we break it into 2 different views. We have it at the product level, so aggregated at the product itself. And then down below, we have it at the item as well, so that you can see at the package level what the velocity was of that. Typically, people like to look at it at the product level, but just to kind of go over some of what this report looks like. So typically, you have your location, you have the category, the subcategory of that product, the product name, what its inventory item master ID was, but it tells you what the quantity on hand currently is. This takes a snapshot every single day. So this is at the beginning of the day. It tells you how many units have you been selling over the last 4 weeks. It tells you how many days this product was available out of the last 28. So for example, this one wasn't a full 28 days available, but of those 23 days it was available, it was selling at a rate of 11.57 a day. And then it also kind of tells you how many days on hand based on that velocity you have left. So you have about 15 days of inventory on hand currently. You can do a lot of analysis here by breaking it down by category, subcategory, your locations, and compare locations if it's selling quicker at one location or another. This is a great report for that. And what that kind of also leads into is our reorder report. This one's a great report for those managing inventory or keeping inventory levels up to date within all your stores. This one combines that logic and uses what your velocity of your sales was based on the last 4 weeks of sales. And then by knowing how much you have on hand and how many days left, we have these variables at the top that you can set. So for example, you have your lead time. I know if once I put my sales order in, it's going to take, 4 days for me to receive that inventory. You can adjust this to however many days lead time that you need. We'll say 4 for now. Then you can say, how many days on hand do I want of that product? Well, again, you can adjust this to, I only need a week's worth of inventory on hand, so I'll bring that to 7 days. And then lastly, a variable that you can mess with is, what is my growth? You could say 0%, meaning it's going to stay the trend, or maybe you had a big weekend the previous weekend, so you think it's going to shrink from the previous week, or you have a holiday weekend coming up, so now you can adjust it. I think we're going to have an increase of 20% sales. So with just clicking those couple of variables, now down below, our report will adjust and now simply tells you all the products that you need to reorder. And with that, I see that I have 509 products that require reorder to meet those conditions. So for example, this one, these products, they don't have anything on hand, but they were selling. But if we come down to somewhere, say that there was some sales, like an example right here, they have 107, you have 172 of this product available, but you still need 13 to meet that condition because you'll run out short of that. So you have 11.4 days of 12 days that require. So this is a really great report. All you have to do is export this, go through it, and now you just know exactly what you need to order based on your sales velocity. And then another one that we also have here is if you're, integrated with the QuickBooks or you're doing your accounting, set up accounting in platform, there are some exports in platform to export this, but it can be a lot of data and take a lot of time you can't get a really wide range of data in one pull. With the BI function, you can have this as wide from all time to a specific month or a week or quarter, however you're doing your accounting reporting. You can select any of the different ones. We have acquisitions, COGS, cash till, payments, inventory, sales, wholesale. Those are all settings within platform. If you have that set up and you have different accounts that you have billing toward different things, you have your accounting exports right here available to you in your premium analytics. That's a review of the additional reports that also come with this, but that's just, before we're even getting into all the customization and other things. So I'll pause right there for a second just to make sure if there's any questions that come in before I go into, demoing how you can customize and build stuff.
We do have a few questions. One is from Mike. In Q2 2024, all of 2023 inventory snapshot data changed to month end. Can we have access to daily snapshots through January of each new year as we are still analyzing the previous quarter? And then he added on, retain access to Q4 daily data through January.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, currently as it is architected, we are taking the snapshots on a 30-day rolling period. And then we take a snapshot at the end of the day, end of the month, and then we keep that month. So we keep first and last of each month for a rolling 13 months, but then the snapshot of daily is 30 days because, honestly, that gets to really, really big storage of trying to keep as much. So that's what met requirements of clients so far. But if you have a need, maybe that's something that you can suggest and talk with your account manager, maybe get that, enhancement request through, and love to hear the business case. Well, it sounds like you presented a good one, but welcome to take on that thought.
Thank you. Our next question is from John. Is the inventory snapshot available for dates previous to implementation? If we added premium analytics, would we now be able to look at last year?
Yes, great question. When you do get premium analytics, your data isn't just from the day of purchase. It is the entire time that you've been on platform. So you will have all your historical data that is in any data since you've been on platform. All that data will be available to you in your premium analytics. Awesome. Okay, so we've covered some of the reports, kind of the look and feel. Now let's now dive into customization. Again, another really powerful value to having your premium analytics is, maybe all these canned reports don't fit your needs. Maybe you guys look at the data differently, or your department or your organization, and you want to look at it in a different view. Well, with that, you do have the ability to build your own dashboards. So down here on the bottom left, you have your managed dashboards. You can click on this. You can add as many dashboards as you want, name them whatever. So by clicking add, you can just add a new one. I'll just do this one and make it demo test. Once I save that, now done, I'll see on this left-hand side, we have this new page called demo test. But maybe you do like some of the visuals. And for this, we'll use order sales, as retail sales is pretty common. Everyone understands that. So I'm going to, for that, use this. I'm going to clear some of these filters so I don't have those filters in here. But maybe you like this line chart, or maybe you're going to modify it. When you hover over any of these cards, and just to be clear, so Domo nomenclature, this is a dashboard that we're on. And then these individual little visuals are called cards. So on each of these cards, as you hover over it, you'll see a wrench. This wrench is there to give you some options. So you can click on that, and then you have a drop down list of a lot of options that you can do with this. Everything from, you can edit it, that you can schedule as a report, you can export it right now as it is, and or move it or delete it. Now the standard ones are locked so that you can't edit them, but what you can do is you can say save as. So I want to make a copy of this. We'll go save as, and it gives you the option of where do you want to put this now. So we just made that handy dandy new dashboard called orders or test. So if I type in test, there's my demo test. Now I can tell it I want it to go there. We'll keep it named sales date, but you could change the name right here. And I'm going to say not go to it as I save it, but I'm going to save. And then now it's just made a copy of this visual and moved it into that dashboard. I'll just also bring over a KPI. We'll do a save as. I'm going to do the same thing. Type in test, so then I can move it over there. Save, so I'll move it over there. Also grab this one, and that'll be good. All right, so now we have a couple over there. We can kind of now start playing and customizing our own dashboard. So close that. We have demo test. So first thing you'll notice when you have this new page, you have no dashboard yet. You don't have anything built. This is what it looks like when you first have a dashboard that you create. It's a blank slate, but you do have these things that we saved from the other dashboard that we moved in here that automatically go into the appendix. So the first thing is, let's make it kind of look more like a dashboard. So now on the top right of this page, you have another wrench up here where I can go up here and I can say edit dashboard, because we're going to now go into making it look like a dashboard. So first, I'm going to drag some of these things that are in the appendix, bring them up top. Continuing, there we go. All right, sorry, going too quick. All right, drag and drop. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to drag and drop it. Now you'll see as you bring and drag them, see how the line highlights. If I put it here, it's going to go to the top. If I put it onto the left hand, it's going to go to next to it. I'll put it at the bottom so it goes below. Share my screen, slowing down my computer. Sorry. Internet is dying on me for a second. All right, there we go. Let's go to edit dashboard. I'm gonna drag this up here. All right, so now I've dragged it, it's starting to look kind of like a dashboard. You can kind of move this, adjust this how you like. Maybe I want this to be a little bigger, the line chart, shrink down this KPI. Maybe we'll throw this on top of this one, get rid of this. And we're starting to like the look of this. So now it's looking more like a dashboard. You could also maybe throw a title on it. So over on here, you can bring in images, bring in cards. So I'll throw in a title to this. We'll call this demo dashboard. I'm going to highlight that. We can bold it. I'm going to make it center aligned. And let's make it a header. All right, and I'm going to shrink this up. And maybe let's add a color to the back so we can change the background of it. Let's make it a light blue. All right, so now we have something that kind of looks like a dashboard. So now I can save my dashboard as this is. And now this is locked in and saved. So just with a couple of saves, I've now changed and built another dashboard. But now say, well, I like this, but I want to change the visual. I don't like the bar chart. Maybe I want to change that into a pie chart. So now we're going to go into what's called Edit and Analyzer. This is where you actually build and customize and change each of the cards or build your own cards. But for this one, we'll just edit an existing one. So I'm going to go into Edit and Analyzer. Once I'm in the Analyzer, we'll go through some of the things here. So on this far left side, this is kind of the developer side, so it can be a little daunting at first, but I promise you, after playing with it a few times, it does get pretty simple, pretty easy, quick, as long as you understand what you're playing with. So the first thing I'll say is you have your dimensions on the left-hand side. So you have your dimensions. These are your basically slicers or categories or your any text fields. So these are the fields that you can bring in. You have measures, which next are your integer values or calculation numbers or IDs, so anything that's just number based. And then finally you have your calculated fields. This is your calculations for that are doing more than just what the field is by itself. So combining fields, getting an average, doing sum of a something, or custom date fields that you want to make. These are your calculated fields that you can create by clicking on this calculate field and build your own fields. For this, I'll stick with ones that are already built. But like I said, now you have your visual here. At the top, you have, right now, we have our patient age range, and we're doing the order total. So this is order total by age range right now is what is happening. But we can maybe change this and you can bring in a series. So I could, for example, type in gender. Maybe we want to see this sliced by gender. And then you can see we got a little data label that tells you which all of these are, but it sliced all of these up by gender now. You can remove that to have that. Maybe we want to see this as a different chart type. So on this right-hand side, you have all the different charts, line charts, vertical bars, pie funnels. For this one, maybe we'll go to a pie chart. I can click on pie chart, and now it's turned into a pie. Maybe I don't like that. Let's look at a donut. Okay, that looks better. Or maybe a tree map. So just by clicking around, you could change your visual at any point. Once I have one, let's say we like the donut. We like this one. This was the visual that we like. Now we'll come up here onto the top and you have save and close, or you could just save and then close, but save and close. And now that'll bring us back to our dashboard where we have that visual. And as you can see, now we've changed this bar chart over here to now a pie chart or a donut. I could go on for hours and going on the customization. There's so much customization, but just want to demonstrate that you can do this, and there is a way to customize. It's kind of endless in the possibilities of what you can build. But next, I want to hit on some of the other features like scheduled reports and alerting. So with your alerts, say in this dashboard there's 807. Maybe I want an alert when we hit 1,000 orders. And here we have, you click on the wrench again on here, and then you have Alert Me. So this is where you can set up alerts on any of your cards that you custom build. When you say schedule alert, you can create a new alert on this, and we could say there's a lot of conditions that you can set these alerts. So, if it's greater than or equal to, or equals, or between, or the net change percentage, or count, a weekly status, stuff like this. So, let's say it increases by, and then you could set a value, we'll say 200. Once you say that, you could click next. Now you can compose your custom message that will go out when this alert happens. So like an example of the message here is like the orders increased by 200 or more for this card. Previous value was X and now it is this. You can customize this here. Say you like what that message is. Next, you'll go to, well, who do you want to alert? Well, here now you have a drop down of all the emails that you'd like. You could put in any email that you like that you want to share this alert with. So when that alert is reached, it'll email you, and then you just save that. And then that alert will happen every time that you go whatever condition you write. Last one I want to demonstrate is back to that same custom dashboard that we built, scheduled reporting. This is another key one that is important for people. So again, on whatever card that you've built that you want a scheduled report on, you just click on that wrench. Send export, this is just if I just want to export it right now, I could do that. But on a scheduled report, we could do a scheduled report. And then here you can name it, whatever the subject is. You can choose if it's daily, weekly, monthly, select the specific day, the specific time, how long you want this to go, the start of it, and then when it'll finish. And then at the end, you can, type in all the emails that you want on the distribution list to get it. There's also a checkbox that you can say, include the spreadsheet. So if this is a spreadsheet, or you can have a CSV that'll be attached with it. So this is a table. So yeah, I want the CSV, I'll check that. And then just simply click schedule. And then now you'll have the recipients that you put here all get this report on that scheduled cadence in which you schedule that report. This is available for anything that is in here. Alrighty, so I think, let's see, kind of hit all the high things that I wanted to hit, I think, so far. Last thing is, when you built this dashboard, now you're, as the owner, the only one that has view to this. But if you see this person up here, now you can add your emails or colleagues of yours in the organization that you want to also see this. You put all them in there, and then you can share. And then now they have visibility to this report as well. So as you build everything, not everyone will see what you have built until you share that content with someone else. But you can control who has access to it by, as the owner, you can just give it access to whomever you like. All right. Oh, and then one last thing I did want to mention. So this is our premium analytics, but we also, all those premium reports that we talked about is also available in our Core Plus product. So if you don't get premium analytics, and we went through this last week of embedded, but if I log into platform and you go to analytics, you have the standard reports that everyone has, but then you also have this tab of purchase reports. So you can individually purchase some of those premium reports that will be in the embed environment. So do want to mention that some of those premium reports that are only in premium analytics, there is another product called Core Plus, because all the standard ones are your core analytics reporting, but Core Plus, we do offer those individual reports for purchase that can be in your embedded environment. So just want to touch on that.
And with that, this is all we went over. Always got more for you. So thank you all so very much for attending today. Thank you. Bye.